Hello, welcome back to Thank God You're Not My Child. Yes, remember, it's a comedy podcast. There may be things in here you disagree with, and we have a no judgment zone. So, let's get started. I'd like to talk to this little boy, Leland. I made a TikTok yesterday, and this boy, I'm praying it was set up. I'm praying it was set up by this dad. But he's throwing around this Burger King hamburger, just a cheap hamburger, because he wanted McDonald's. And he's stomping on it and all. And of course, Dad is very calmly saying, Leland, Leland, Leland. Like, but doing nothing. Doing nothing. He is telling him, you're going to eat that. And the kid goes as far as to tear it apart and throw it and say, but not now. Woo. Can you imagine if you'd done that when you were young? Can you imagine? Dude, I'd have had to eat every bite of that, probably before I got up from the table. Whew, times have changed. So I wanted to talk about picky kids. Yes, I was very blessed with my kids. There's a handful of things that my kids don't like. They're really good eaters. So all I can really talk about is my daycare life. Yeah, that's it. That's where Thank God You're Not My Child came in, because when they would do something wrong, it was more of a telling them to thank God you're not my child, because I definitely would have treated kids differently if they were mine. But if you're not mine, there's just certain things you can and cannot do. Let's just agree with that. Okay? So, I learned through all of my years of daycare that giving kids choices of what they were going to eat was best. But let me dig into that, because, I was also this is what we're having, the end. But if we're having a salad, all they literally have to have is the lettuce, maybe some tomatoes if they like them, because you're just wanting them to have the vegetables. So I would give them choices of olives or croutons, all of that foo-foo stuff that you like on a salad. And I'd also give them a choice of dressing. They tend to eat it better when they're fixing it, when they make it, when they put it together, when they get to choose, they tend to want to eat it. And I learned that a long time ago. So making your own pizza, I always had olives and mushrooms and onions and everything cut up ready for them. Most of them did not pick them, but I didn't make them. All they had to have was the pizza with cheese and maybe a meat, because, you need protein. But when they made their own pizza with whatever they wanted, they tend to eat better. I think we can agree that's it. I'm not gonna let a kid pick out that I only want to eat chicken nuggets. Now remember, we're talking about the normal down the line kid. Okay? Eating one thing all the time is not healthy. So if you have a child that's trying to say, I'm only going to eat mac and cheese, you know what? It's time for you to remember who the mommy is, who the daddy is, who the parents are. Remember, we're not going to let kids tell us how they're going to do. There are times when kids can tell you what they want and what not to do, but not when it comes to food. I said it. So I guess the haters are going to come out on this one, but it's okay, because this has served a purpose. My son's 35, and it's worked for 35 years. And I've had kids in daycare that were picky, and after a couple of years, they were a little less pickier, and they learned that they liked different stuff. I had one that didn't like anything, and by the time she left, she even realized she liked onions. I have to have my onions cooked. And she liked raw onions, and she was 4. And I don't think she'd realize that if I hadn't had it out there. And, I always let them try it if they wanted to before they put it on their pizza. Sure. Let me know if you like it, because it is their choice if they like something. It's your choice if you make it for them. So I did not make something that somebody hated and then made them eat it. Eat it or not. Eat or not. Eat or not is what I told them. A child, listen to this. A child is not gonna die from a missed meal. Let's say that again. A child is not gonna die from a missed meal. Seriously, ask your doctor. Ask your doctor. So if your child is only wanting to eat one thing, make them a really good meal, maybe something else they like, and let them know there's other choices, that you can have your peanut butter and jelly or your chicken nuggets or that on, lunches and special days and stuff, not every day. I don't know about you, but I could definitely use a margarita every day at breakfast. And I'm smart enough to know that's not good. That would make me an alcoholic. So, you don't do it. Just don't do it. So, let's go back to Leland. What would you have done? This boy literally stomped on this. Now, it was still in its package when he was stomping on it. But he did you know what? That floor looked really clean. Because Leland would have been eating that or eating nothing. That's just pretty much what I got to say on that. It goes back to Mommy Dearest. Has anybody watched Mommy Dearest? Whenever you think of Mommy Dearest, the one thing that you normally think of is, no more wire hangers! And that's true. That's true. But what about the food scene? Does anybody remember the food scene? Christina, you're not getting up from this table till you eat. And man, she meant it. That girl sat there all day. And then they saved it for breakfast the next morning. And let's just go back to it. Does anybody remember what she was supposed to eat? It looked like raw meat. Because, as Mommy Dearest said, there's more vitamins in meat that's not cooked fully. Or how'd she put it? It's noted. I don't know. Mommy Dearest. Do we really want to learn how to be a parent for Mommy Dearest? No, you don't want to. And if you haven't seen Mommy Dearest, run over there and watch it. It's actually a disturbing good movie. It's disturbing, but it's also a good movie. So yeah, definitely worth watching. I watch it every once in a while. I do like to call my mom Mommy Dearest and run from her because we think it's funny. But she definitely wasn't a Mommy Dearest, but she knows what it means when I say, okay, Mommy Dearest, but you might want to get up and run pretty fast because she might be 75, but she'll still kick your ass. Ask anybody that knows her. So anyway, we're going to go back to that. Your child will not die from missing a meal. Repeat after me. My child will not die from missing a meal. Okay, I wanted to go on to a listener's question, a story and a question. And she thought if I could ask people, maybe they could give us a little hint on how they would have handled it. So this is from Amanda out of Florida. She says that she was at a restaurant with her family, and her 10-year-old daughter ordered some food, and she'd eaten it before, so she wasn't too worried about it. And when she got it, she was very adamant that she was not eating it. There was nothing wrong with it. She just didn't want to eat it. So she, of course, said, well, we can always package it up and take it home. That's what I would have done, guys. That's what I would have done. Maybe your child's just not wanting to eat right now. I get it. Remember, eat or not. Eat or not. So I feel like nothing was wrong then. Well, then her daughter went on to say that she wanted something else. And Amanda told her, no, this is a restaurant. We can't afford to be ordering meal after meal after meal because you want something different. If you're really hungry, you can eat what you've got because I know you like it. Okay, Amanda, 100% nailed it. You nailed it. Right there. You nailed it. Well, a nosy person sitting beside her, or on the other table, went along to say very loudly, you won't let your kid order food? Excuse me, nosy lady. Excuse me, nosy lady. First of all, it's not your child. Okay? It's not your business. Amanda said she didn't even know this lady and never seen her. So some strange lady's going to jump on in Amanda's family time and her family and try to tell her how to deal with her kids. Let's get honest. This lady probably doesn't even have any kids. But, you know, some people think they know it all. Well, do you want to know what I would have done then? I don't get loud. I mean, there's no use in embarrassing yourself acting like a Karen, you know? But I definitely would have probably whispered something like, lady, you say one more word and I could throat punch you and nobody'd know it. Amanda, you could have done that. You could have done that. I mean, really, unless she was recording you. Who could have said what you said, you know? Well, the bottom line is they took it home and the girl did eat it later. And, you know, she proved a point there. Don't buy your kids something else when they order one thing in a restaurant. I'm sorry. That's money. That's money. And that's wasteful. So if you know they like it and they're ordering it, amen. Who doesn't sometimes order something and think, man, I should have got what they got? It don't mean you order it. So, no, Amanda, you did. That was not a parenting fail. That was a parenting hell yes. Yes. You did it. And that other nosy lady should have throat punched her. Should have throat punched her. Anyway, thanks, Amanda. If you guys want to say anything to Amanda or not, you can come onto the Facebook page. We'll make sure that Amanda gets word. You can DM me. Remember, just JUSTBEKDONNA. Just BK Donna. So, yes. Good job, Amanda from Florida. Okay. I have a cute little story from my daughter, which she's 30. Yeah, she's 30. Yeah, she is 30. Oh my gosh, she'll be 31 this year. Oh my God, I'm so freaking old. Anyway, when she was a baby, she would suck on baby wipes. You know how nasty those are. And it was so bad. I mean, I would hide them and all, and she would find them because she liked the taste of them. Well, I was a little confused about this. So, of course, you know, I was a young mom, ran to the doctor to go, I can't stop her. I hide them, I put them up, and she will look anywhere for them. And, of course, the doctor said, well, it's really not going to hurt her if there's nothing bad in it. So just make sure you buy the all-natural ones, you know. I was like, but I want her to stop, you know, because I don't think it's good for her. In the midst of this, because she was about 1.5, we realized that her taste buds had not developed, and so she really could not taste a whole lot. And so that nasty taste of the wipes, she could actually taste them. That's disgusting, let's just say. But to know this, that girl at 1.5 could eat the hottest chili that men would not eat. Because she didn't have taste buds. She didn't know if something was hot. And so if she wanted it, we'd let her have it because it was kind of funny when she was, you know, because it was so good. She knew that it was good, but grown men said it was too hot to eat. And so it was kind of cute to watch. Of course, the diapers were not so fun. Do you remember, Mommy Dearest, when when the baby ate the chili. Remember how bad that was? Michael Keaton, boy, he nailed that scene, did he not? Ooh, all I want to do watching that is like, bleh, bleh. You know, I had diapers for 35 years, so if you can tell me that you've changed diapers for 35 years, then you have a say. The funny part about this is about 2.5 or so, we're eating and she picks a piece of pizza up and she starts to eat and has jalapenos on it. And we immediately knew the moment that she had taste buds because she took a big old bite of this pizza. Look, it was good pizza. I'll just remember this. I remember that pizza. It's 30 years ago, and I remember that pizza was good. And the look on her face when she tasted that jalapeno, I wished we had cameras like we do now back then, because the look of her face, I knew immediately she could taste it. I knew immediately she tasted that spice. I knew immediately. Milk, get her some milk, I don't think she likes hot stuff that much now. But, I mean, if that happened to you at 2.5, do you think you'd want to eat hot stuff after that? That might leave a bad taste in your mouth. I haven't asked her lately. I haven't even paid attention. I don't think she likes a lot of spicy stuff. Not like I do. I'm going to have to ask her. But, yeah, so remember, when your kids want to eat it, sometimes it's a good thing, and sometimes it comes out of the freaking diaper like a explosion. Yep, I said it. I talked about poop. Yep, I said, I talked about poop. Let's talk about poop. Okay, well, I might have maybe had some drinks doing this one. If you know, you know. If you don't, it's Blue Margarita. Anyway, thanks again for listening to my short little podcast of funny stories and what would you do. Until next time, thank God you're not my child.